So I'm sitting here in my car on my way to pick up schoolwork for my son and for my daughter because the next 3 weeks, at least, they'll be learning from home. My wife is currently at home preparing all of her classes that she teaches to go online. And, we've filled the gas tank in both of our cars and we've filled the pantry as best we can. And we've made all the provisions and preparations that we can for what could become an extended time of social distancing. And as we've gone through all these steps to protect ourselves, to be prepared, to protect those around us, I couldn't help but think of Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, which says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight," or he'll direct your path. And I think of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, that says, "Faith is the evidence of things hoped for, and the substance of things not seen." And I'm reminded that so much of what we do as believers is to rely on the Spirit of God and not on our senses, not on our vision, not on our understanding. But even in the midst of the craziness that is going on around us, my wife and I have recounted how it appears that God has already been preparing us. And why wouldn't he? This didn't surprise him. She said to me, "Andrew, unknowingly, I had already had about 70% of my classes online." And so the process of digitizing her class and getting these classes that she's teaching online has been much easier for her than had she not been somewhat prepared. But that's the wisdom of God. The wisdom of God speaks even when we're not asking. And God spoke to her, uh, unbeknownst to her, without her prompting or without her asking, and he led her to be prepared for this. And 70% of what she does is already online, and so she's taking steps to put that last 30% online. And I just look at the things that we do on a daily basis as believers, and in our attempts to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Do we trust that everything else will be added unto us? When we look at Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, and we trust not in our own understanding, but acknowledge God in everything, acknowledge that God is in this, that it didn't surprise him, and that he's been preparing us. And do we trust that he'll direct our steps and make our path straight? There's uncertainty all around us, and we don't know what the next 3 weeks will hold. We don't know how long we'll be asked to socially distance. But all we can do is be prepared. And like I said, we've prepared by filling our pantry as best we can, filling our gas tanks as best we can, and just continuing to seek the face of God. My encouragement to you today would be seek him, seek his face, be in the Word, be intentional about being in the Word, be in prayer, and God will direct our steps. He will lead us, he will guide us, he will show us how we can add value in what seems to be just such a frustrating time where many of us are just kind of stuck in one spot. But God has a plan, God has a purpose, and Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purposes. God bless you.